Hey everybody, it's Mike Drudge coming to you from Vaught RV here in Fort Worth, Texas. It's a beautiful day here and a beautiful day to check out a 2023 Jayco Precept 36A. This model has bunk beds in it, so if you got kiddos, they need their own place to crash at night, this might be the coach for you. This got 250-inch wheelbase. When you've got a wheelbase like this, that adds to the rideability of the coach. When you have short wheelbases on any motorhome, whether it's a Class C or a Class A, you'll tend to get porpoising. This has got 258 inches, I believe, on wheelbase. Now, also, again, it's on a 22,000-pound chassis. A lot of coaches in this price point range are gonna be on 20,500-pound chassis, and they're gonna be a little anemic. Jayco opts to go up a notch to the 22 to 24,000-pound chassis on all their Precepts. Now you can get these in full paint or colorized gel coat like this. We have both units here in full paint as well as gel coat, as you can see. Now we'll do a little walk around on the outside, and then we'll go on the inside. See this JRIDE Plus right here? That means a number of things. It's got computer balanced drive shaft, Bilstein steering stabilizer, Coney shocks, heavy duty front and rear stabilizing bars. All that together, and you can learn more about that by going on Jayco's website. What Jayco aspires to do is have the most comfortable ride that you can possibly have and best handling in this price point. And having owned a Jayco myself, I would say they've checked that box. I've owned a bunch of motorhomes, and what Jayco does to the chassis to improve the ride is pretty significant. One of the first things a lot of people do when they buy a Class A motorhome is go out and put heavy-duty stabilizing bars on it. A lot of those upgrades that most people would do aftermarket are already on Jayco's with the JRIDE Plus. So we can learn more about that. I won't bore you with the details, but just know that it is significant. There's storage all over on this thing. We have little compartments all along with these slam latch thick doors. Look how thick these doors are. These are rotocast compartments, and they all have motion detector lights. Now every Precept is going to have at least one pass-through storage compartment. As you can see, that goes all the way to the other side. Chances are you're going to have fishing poles, maybe one of those easy up tents or something that wouldn't fit in a little compartment like this, but it will going over the top there. Another rotocast compartment here, also pass-through storage all the way on the top. So in this case, we have two storage compartments that pass through all the way to the other side. Here we have our propane tank and our batteries, which are on a tray, two 6-volt batteries on a MORryde tray. This is fantastic. This makes battery maintenance and replacing so much easier than when they're underneath a step, someplace that's less accessible. I wish my personal coach had a battery tray like that. That's really great. Love that. There's a propane disconnect right there too, so you can have access to propane with a quick connect. Another little storage compartment here, and this is your solar charge controller tucked in here. I do have a solar panel up on top, which is really going to help keep your batteries topped off. This is a 10-gallon direct spark ignition, so gas or electric water heater. Got a camera up on top there. You can hardly see it, but there is a little backup camera. Of course, you have side cameras too. And notice this is a one-piece molded rear cap. This is what you generally see in higher end coaches and diesel pushers. This is a one-piece molded cap. Right beside us here is an Alante, a Jayco Alante. You see it's just a flat wall. Here we've got a one-piece molded automotive style cap. So this is an upgrade. This is a higher trim level, you might say, than the Alante, and we'll do videos on Alantes too. A lot of consistencies between the two, but that is one difference. Another little compartment with a motion sensor light in it. Here's your, as labeled, your gray and black holding tank valves. It's really the only thing this door is for, to give you access to those. And I like how they're tucked up out of the way so they're not catching road debris. little compartment that's really reserved just for your power cord. Coil it up in there. Now you can route this cord through here, which is what I should have done, and then you can close this door completely. I just was in a hurry and ran it out the door here. Now here's what I would call a true wet bay. Why is it wet? Because there's water in here. There's a drain in the bottom. You can route your hoses and so on up through here right to your main city water connection, your tank flush, and all your settings depending on your camping scenario. Your whole house water filter right here, real handy to have. And there's a light up here too. Quick connect here on hot and cold. Which you got your little pigtail hose right here. So this is nice and handy to have, and again you can run your hose up through here. I would recommend doing a 90-degree fitting right here so you're not putting a lot of pressure when you screw your hose on there. Put a 90-degree fitting, goes straight down through there. Help keep that hose from ever kinking. Michelin tires, fantastic tires. Can't go wrong with Michelin tires. Gray and black tank here as well, valves and access, easy to access. You can see this is a tank right here, and you can see our sensors right here on the side. This is the opposite side of that pass-through storage. Again, motion sensor light there, same drill here. And there's just a ton of storage under this for a Class A gas. You just don't typically get a ton of storage on a Class A gas. Obviously our generator compartment, that's a 5.5K gasoline Cummins Onan generator. Plenty enough power to supply power to this coach. And one more little storage compartment. I don't know the total square foot or square inches of storage, but it's a lot under this. I personally own a Tiffin Class A that's in the same class as this. So the Jayco Precept is kind of competing in that same space as the Tiffin Allegros. And so you're gonna see a lot of sort of nip and tuck consistencies, or competition you might say, between the two. One-piece molded fiberglass front cap, and the roof is all one-piece fiberglass. Again, that's something that's generally reserved for higher end coaches, and Jayco's putting a one-piece fiberglass roof on this. We've got an awning here, a Carefree awning that comes out, and then if you want to enjoy television on what I call the fun side, the side that we're on, boom, we have it. Nice smart TV here with our speakers and our CD player. Yeah, there's a CD, there's an optical drive CD player on this. Yay, Jayco, for those geezers like us that still have CDs right here. So this is really nice, and you do have power on the side here too, so it's great for tailgating and whatnot. Pop the lid up, you're underneath the awning, and really can enjoy this patio space out here. 2-year, 2+3 warranty, not 23 years. Some people say, what's the 23-year warranty? 2+3, this is an industry-leading warranty. 2 full camping seasons that you can enjoy an industry-leading warranty. 3 years on structural, so really fantastic. All right, lots of good stuff on the outside. Let's go on the inside and have a look. All right, now we're on the inside of this coach, and during intermission, I took a second to look it up. There's 118 cubic feet of storage in the basement of this coach. That's fantastic. It seems like when you go pack for a trip, you go into Disney World and you got a couple kids and you're taking the beach toys and the pet toys and everything, that space fills up really quickly. This has got a fantastic amount of storage, which I personally really appreciate. Now we have one slide up on the front part of this coach. We don't have opposing slides, and yet the way this is designed, it really opens up this space nicely. Now you're going to see consistencies through all of the Jayco line with cabinet build quality, whether you're looking at trailers or motorhomes. All of the drawer fronts are going to be solid wood, solid maple, and they're 4-sided, 5 really, bottom. And in addition, the front facing part of the drawer. So a lot of manufacturers are just going to take this front piece and call that the front of the drawer, fasten it, and declare a victory. It's not as strong. So full extension, 75-pound drawer glides all the way around. Really nice cabinet build. Solid surface countertops on this single big open sink instead of a divider. I really like that. You can put bigger dishes and so on in there. We have our smart TV up here. This is an Insignia brand TV with storage behind it. This is great because you can access all of the controls if you want to hook up a gaming console, anything like that. It's really easy to do. Plus you have that extra storage up there too. Nice sized microwave here, and then this is vented to the outside with tile backsplash behind here. Of course, we have a light here. 3-burner cooktop, and that's your backsplash backlit controls on the range, and a little oven with more storage underneath. Again, full extension drawer glides. Now, notice this. There's 2 gas struts on all the cabinets overhead. Might not seem like a big deal, but a lot of brands, do your shopping, you're gonna see 1 strut, maybe none. That's a lot of pressure on 1 single strut. It doesn't cost Jayco that much more to put 2 struts, but it's a lot sturdier, and over the lifetime of the coach, you don't want those things falling off. That way, open that door, stays open while you access the goodies that are inside of it. Now, we have a dinette here, sofa up there. Jayco, always cognizant of safety. There will always be a seat belt in every seating location in a Jayco motorized RV. So we have 2 sets of seat belts there and 2 and 2 here, including the rear facing one. Jayco's not legally obligated to put seat belts in this position, but after all, they would say, which grandchild doesn't get a seat belt? We don't want you to have to answer that question. So they're going to go ahead and put seat belts in all seating locations. Now, I like the way they've designed this dinette top. A lot of times you'll have posts down here that are great knee knockers. Notice there's no posts under here. This mechanism was designed by a company right up there close to Jayco. You simply lift up a little bit to release it and then push down, and this becomes the base when you convert this into a bed. Obviously you'll remove these cushions, and then this is your bed base. And when it's time to put it back up, just lift this up to this position at a little bit of an angle, and that's all there is to it. Really like that. There's also cup holders here, so if you are sitting here traveling, going down the road, you have a beverage, you have a cup holder here. Now, beautiful GE refrigerator, side-by-side with ice and water in the door. Just fantastic. This is the same refrigerator that you could buy at a big box store this afternoon. It's a residential refrigerator. Of course, we have an inverter under here, so that's sending power to this. So when you're going down the road or you turn your coach off completely, your refrigerator continues to run. Also, I like this. See this little locking gadget right here? If you can shoot in this way, Brian, there's a little, see that? Locks it in place. That way this door cannot open during travel. That ought to be on your pre-travel checklist. I promise you, if you don't do that, you go down the road, hit that right turn, door swings open, and whatever lands on the floor, you probably won't do it a second time. Just put that on your checklist, lock that, that way that door cannot open during travel. All right, converts into a bed also, so if you need another sleeping position, this will convert into a bed. And again, our double gas struts on the storage over the top. All right, now moving back into the bedroom quarters, we have bunk beds. So if you got the kiddos, this is great. They can have their own bunk space. They have their privacy here with the privacy curtain. Each one's got its own light in there. Each one's got its own power source too. So that's really, really handy. And how long are they, you say? Well, I am 6 feet tall. So it's for a kid. You know, I'm probably, you know, if you're probably 5'10", you're good there. A 6-foot adult, maybe not so much, but for kids, absolutely. Now here's our little touchpad control panel. This control is kind of the brains of the coach here. If I go home, all of the systems can be controlled and monitored here. We've got our electrical, all of our power settings, our lighting, which we can control individually or control them all on, all off. Our temperature settings, of course, our slide out, all the motors, so I can control our slide outs and jacks and so on here from this gear. Now, the cool thing is too, you can put this app on your phone and do all these functions from your phone while you're sitting outside or watching the slide go in and out. Now we have a nice glass shower enclosure. This is not a huge shower, but it's big enough. I'm 6 feet tall. I like the texture on this, so there's a little bit of privacy. Somebody can be brushing their teeth while you're in here in the shower, should you choose. Nice big shower head that's kind of a nickel color. Undermount stainless steel sink with a medicine cabinet. A little bit more storage underneath here. This is a porcelain foot flush toilet. I can control my fan with the switch right here and also the light switch, so I can control the fan overhead. And there's a little bit of extra storage right here in the bathroom, these little drawers. If there's a little place where Jayco can put some storage, they're going to do that. So really nice. Okay, very spacious master bedroom with a king bed. With this slide, so we do have opposing slides back here, so once these slides are out, wow, just great. A lot of room here. We have our secondary smart TV here. What do we see there? We have washer dryer. So yes, you have the convenience of doing your laundry on the road. Again, full extension drawer glides, which become especially important when they're opening up underneath a cabinet assembly, kind of like that. Splendid brand, we have that in our own personal coach, and I'm a big fan of that brand. Now, king bed, here's something new in 23, wireless charging. So all you have to do is lay your phone down, and my phone is already starting to charge right there. Really handy, so you're not fumbling with cords in the dark. You lay down, you're tired, just lay your phone there and it starts to charge. Not a ton of room on either side of this, because again, it is a king bed, but there is ample room to put some reading material, bottle of water, and that kind of thing. If I lift up on this, you don't really see much, but there is a little bit of storage up underneath there. Now, I should mention too, drawers over here and another little closet rod up here. There's a little ladder right here that you can pop out and use for the front drop-down bunk, which we'll show in just a second. All the way around there are day and night shades on this coach. So we have our night shades, our full blackout shades here, and you have a day shade right there as well. So that can help keep the coach cool. It also offers a little bit more privacy. Huge fan of day shades. So a lot of times you don't want to block out all the natural light, but you want to help keep it cool. You can do that with day and night shades. Again, that's something that you often only see in high-end coaches. Pocket door here for our bathroom. Really nice. Plenty of countertop space up here. Plenty of medicine cabinet space as well. And look at this. So yeah, with two separate bathrooms. Again, this is not a huge shower, but remember, this is the second shower, or maybe this is the main shower, but you have two showers. Glass shower enclosure, again, with a skylight up here. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty big enough. Along with all that storage up there and your undermount sink, this feels very residential. You have your one-piece molded shower surround here. And again, you have a porcelain foot flush toilet in this bathroom too. So again, you got kids, or maybe guests, but you got kids, they've got their bathroom there. We can slide this pocket door closed. Mom and dad can have their privacy back here. So let's say you got the two kids, they're sleeping here. Mom and dad are in there, and your Aunt Matilda shows up, or the cousins want to come along. Cool thing about this is it comes with a bunk that drops down, and you can have extra sleeping capacity up here. Have a little switch here that you need to hit, and then unlock this. It looks like a safety belt right here, and just hit this switch and down comes your bunk. Now, get this out of the way. Now, this has a 750 pound weight capacity. Is 750 pounds ever going to be up here? Probably not. But Jayco overbuilds it, and I would rather they overbuild it than underbuild it. They do the same thing in their towables. They go way overboard in terms of weight capacity. You don't have to wonder if it's strong enough to hold whatever's going up there. So certainly 2 adults can sleep up here, a couple kids. If you have a guest, plenty of room to sleep up there. And that's really, really nice. And you can see how easy it is to deploy. And you know, as the light popped on automatically. So super easy to deploy and put back up. Your ladder can go into these 2 little cleats right here, so it's easy for the kids to get up in there. And then best practice is to pop this back in during travel. So get it up out of the way. Again, I'm 6 feet tall. I gotta be a little bit careful, but there's plenty of room for me to get up into the cockpit area. Now, one cool thing about Class A's too is that this whole area is part of your living area as well. You have a Class C, the cockpit's really just that. It's the automotive part of it. With a Class A, this is still part of the living area, especially when you consider that both of these seats will rotate around. So if I come into this seat, I can release it over on this side and turn this around. There is a cocktail table that goes right in here, so I can spin both of these seats around, and now I have a nice area for visiting friends right across from the sofa, and it really opens up the living area. If you're at the lake or the beach and you're facing out, imagine the view you get through that huge windshield, one of the largest windshields in the industry right up there. So that's really fantastic. It's really bright, and this may mess with our camera settings here, but if I raise this shade, I want to point out something. Because the way Jayco does this radius on the windshield, they can move this corner pillar back, so there's better viewing on either side, plus better viewing down in front of the coach. You know, the last thing you want to do is connect with somebody's bicycle or something up there, so there's really a lot of viewing angles that you have up here. It's part of the safety for this. I'll pop this back down so that it's easier for us to see. Have this little material up here that's kind of, you can put your cell phone up here and it doesn't slide all over the place. There's also a little tray that pulls forward for your passenger. There's USB charging over there on the side as well, so they can plug in, you know, a cell phone or what have you. Now we have our Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on this Sony system here. You have Sirius XM radio. It actually comes with 3 months free, but if you have an account, you can activate it here. Of course, this is where your camera views are going to pop up for the back of the coach, your phone, and of course, radio tuner. Pretty standard controls up here. Again, this is an F53 motorhome chassis. You do have easy access here on the steering wheel for cruise control and so on. We have our lighting, our fog lights and so on up here. And then over here is our equalizer leveling system, which you control here as well. Got our accent lighting. How about that? That's pretty cool. And overhead lights. So comfortable drive. These are comfortable seats. I don't know what you call this fabric, but it's sort of a textured vinyl. It breathes a little bit more than the fall leather, but very nice, classy looking. So again, we're in about a 38.5 foot Class A motorhome with bunks. How many can we sleep? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 8 comfortable sleeping positions. This has a lot to offer. Again, if you're sleeping a family, you want to travel in style, this might be the ticket. Again, you can get this in full body paint or not, depending on your price point and so on. Hey, let me know what you think about. Your vote is most important, so let me know if you've got comments about this floor plan in general, stuff you see that you like, maybe stuff that you see that you like Jayco to do different. Like to hear from you either way. And while you're down there, go ahead and click like and subscribe. That way you'll be the first to know when we post more videos just like this one. Again, my name is Mike. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions or any suggestions on content you'd like to see, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks again from BATHS RV.